I'm Mr. Villarreal. So today we are interviewing our teachers and staff about testing tips. What are some testing tips that you would give our students here at Esta?
One testing tip that I would give is for students to believe in themselves, to believe that they are smart, that they are capable, that they have done all the work that is necessary all year long. So ultimately, have confidence in your ability to do the best that you know you can.
Okay, so one more last question, Mr. Villarreal. So if you would find a student nervous or anxious to do a test, what would you do?
If I found a student that was really anxious about a test, I would ask them to take a breath, to think about what they're about to do, and to remember some of the strategies that they have worked on so that they can understand that they have a skill that they can work on with the strategy.
Thank you, Mr. Villarreal.
You're so welcome.
Hi, Mr. Falcon. So today we are here with Ms. Hernandez and Ms. McLeod. So Ms. Hernandez and Ms. McLeod, what are some testing tips that you would give to students here at Esta?
I would say to make sure that you have a good night's rest and a very good breakfast so that your brain is ready.
And I would say to slow down, read that problem a couple of times before you start figuring out the answer. Take your time. You've got plenty of time to show everything that you've learned this year.
So Ms. Hernandez and Ms. McLeod, those are some really cool testing tips. So now we go to another question. What would you guys do if you guys find a student anxious or nervous to do their test?
I would remind the students to just remember everything you've learned. This is just a test to show all you know.
I would remind students that they can use their belly breathing and take some deep breaths to calm down. They've got this. We're very proud of you, Feaster Falcons. You can do this.
Yes.
Good luck, Feaster.
You got this. Go Falcons!
Ms. Mendoza to the Falcon Report. Today we will be asking students and staff what are their tips for the CAASPP, or what are your tips for the CAASPP?
One of my tips is to make sure you have a big breakfast the day of the cast. And another one of my tips is to always have a growth mindset.
Thank you for sharing. Welcome to the Falcon Report. Today we are asking our teachers and staff about testing tips. What are some testing tips that you would give our students here at Esta?
The testing tips that I would give students is to have a good night's sleep, have a good, well-balanced breakfast, and just read questions once, twice. Do not answer without reading the question carefully.
Thank you, Diana, for leading us in. Mis Palacios, hoy estamos entrevistando a maestras y trabajadores de la escuela de unos tips de pruebas. ¿Qué son unos tips de pruebas que usted nos puede dar a los estudiantes aquí de Esta?
Hola Briana, bueno pues uno de los tips muy grandes que creo que es muy importante es siempre leer cuidadosamente el texto y lo que te están preguntando, que seas todas las preguntas, así estés seguro que estás contestando lo que te están pidiendo.
And what would happen if you find a student anxious or like what's like wrong with them?
I think something that we can do is make sure that we make them feel comfortable, always tell them to do their best, to try their best, not give up, and if they need to relax, just take a breather and then come back and finish the test. De nada, Brianna.
To the Falcon Report. Today we'll be asking students and staff what are their tips for the CAASPP. What are your tips for the CAASPP?
Hi y'all. My best tip is to get a good night rest, eat breakfast, come ready, calm, and be ready to take a test. And always remember to take your time, take a deep breath, and read over all your questions and look over your work. Make sure that you get it 100%.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
I'm Miss Lacey. Welcome to the Falcon Report. Today we're asking our teachers and staff tips for students in need for tests.
Okay.
So what are your tips for tests?
Stay focused, get a good breakfast, drink water that morning. Listen to your teacher's direction because they're there to help you. Ask questions when you feel like you need to. Don't be afraid to ask your teacher. And definitely, like I already said, eat a good breakfast because you need the fuel.
Thank you, Ms. Lacey, for letting us interview you today.
Raul, do you have any CAASPP tips for the students out there?
Yes, my favorite CAASPP tip is to make sure that you're getting a lot of sleep. Sleep is so important, especially when we're taking tests, because the more that we sleep, the more we can help our brain rest and be ready for the next day.
Thank you, Ms. Bravo. Hi, Ms. Diaz. Welcome to the Falcon Report. Today we are interviewing our teachers and staff about testing tips. What are some testing tips that you would give our students here at Fiste?
Awesome question. Well, I have to thank my Falcon Report helpers for helping me come up with some ideas, but they reminded me that I'm a science teacher and there are lots of good things that you can do to help your body prepare for the test. That includes sleeping for a full 8 hours or more, because kids really need more sleep than that. And then also making sure that you have a healthy, nutritious breakfast that can fuel your cells and all of your organs in your body and help your brain work even better on the testing.
So, Ms. Diaz, one more last question. What would you do if you find a student anxious or nervous to do a test?
That's a great question. I would say deep breathing is really important to help regulate your nervous system. So your nervous system is basically a lot of things in your body that help produce adrenaline and make you go, and sometimes that adrenaline overpowers us and it makes us really nervous. So if you're feeling anxious, take deep breaths, close your eyes, practice mindfulness, and remember that it is only a test. You are safe and that you're going to be okay and you're going to do your best, and that's all you can do.
Thank you, Ms. Diaz, for letting us
You're
interview
so welcome.
Ms. McGaffey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Today's your birthday.
And it's a nice setting. We are in our book fair on our third day. So
Congratulations.
thank you.
So we are interviewing teachers and staff about interviewing tips. What are some interviewing tips you would give our students here at Fiste?
For the testing?
For
Yeah.
the testing.
The tips that I give to students, and I think for everyone, even for adults, is that you have a really good rest, a good night's sleep, and make sure that when you wake up in the morning, you have a good breakfast, and most of all, that trust yourself, and you're going to be just fine.
Ms. McGaffey, if you found a student anxious or if they didn't feel so well, what would you do?
Well, at first, like, we all are anxious, we all are nervous. The first thing, you need to stay calm, breathe, trust the teachers are prepare you for the test, and make sure that, like, think about something that makes you happy. Maybe read a note that either mom or dad or a teacher that wrote to you, and just you can do this. I trust you.
Thank you.
Hi, Feaster Falcons. Today we are here with Miss Fun.
Hello.
Today we will be asking her some testing tips for students in need. What are some testing tips that we can ask students?
Some testing tips that I would give students is to remember to take deep breaths and remember to read the questions carefully and to remember to just take your time.
Thank you for sharing. What tips do you have for the CAASPP?
I think it's really important to make sure you get a good night's sleep and have a really big breakfast.
Do you have any tips for CAASPP?
Hi, yes I do. So hi friends, my tip is to make sure you have a healthy breakfast before you come to school, because when we're fueled, we think better and we can focus better. And also try to have healthy snacks during the snack period of the day.
Thank you. Bye.
Mr. Falcons, today we are here with Miss Strange. We are going to be asking him some questions about testing tips. What kind of tips do you have for testing?
Well, one of the tips that I would recommend is definitely getting your full 8 hours of sleep. Sleeping the night before is very important because it keeps your mind active for the next day. As far as the test itself, always read the question 2 or 3 times. Circle the verbs and then underline the noun phrases. Another thing is, especially if it's multiple choice, to look down at all the answers and read that question to see if they're asking for more than one answer, because a lot of people tend to miss that. And then go one by one, slashing the trash, and then coming up with that answer.
Hi, Feaster Falcons. So today we are here with
Coach Lanique,
Coach Cesar, Coach Alec.
So today we're interviewing teacher and staff about testing tips. What are some testing tips that you guys will give to students here at Fiste?
A good testing tip is to make sure you get a good night's sleep.
Or review the materials like the whole week. I say both. Get a good night's sleep and review the materials.
And make sure you have a good breakfast the day of your test.
What would you guys do if you guys find a student ¿cómo se llama? Stressed or anxious to do the test?
I would reassure them that a test is just a number. You can always take another test or do some homework to make it up. So you should always try your best.
I'll tell them a joke. That way they could reset and, be good. Yeah, I'll do like a little activity. Like, let's go, I don't know. Let's go for like a little run or do some exercises or a game just to like forget about the test for a little bit.
Thank you for letting us interview, guys. Bye. Bye. Falcon Report. So today we are with Miss Karen and Miss Arena.
Hi everyone, my best advice for everybody taking a test is to study your material. Focus on your test, don't get distracted.
Also, what would you do if you find a student anxious or nervous to take a test?
If anybody is feeling anxious while taking the test, just remember that you guys can take a break, so ask for permission to go outside.
Go to bed early and eat breakfast.
Brianna, what would you do?
I would go to the calm corner. Bye.
Hi guys, welcome to the drawing tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to draw a penguin on ice. So first, you're going to need a pencil and a Sharpie or black marker of your choice. You could draw this on whiteboard, digital, or paper. And now we're going to start. So first you're going to draw like an oval circle shape right there. And then you're going to draw two curved U's right there and then right there. Now that you did that, you're going to draw a curved V right there and circle it inside of that oval circle. Now that you did that, you are going to draw the eyes and then draw little circles into the eyes right there. Okay, guys. And then, now that you did that, you are going to make a triangle shape for the mouth and nose. And then you're gonna draw some arms right there. Okay, and then now you're going to draw this ice right there, and right there. Keep going. And if you need some time to pause, you could pause. Because it doesn't have to be perfect, because it's all about the fun. Now that you did that, you're gonna draw the more ice, like an iceberg on top of the penguin, and then you're going to draw another one curving and the sun right there. Okay, and then now that you did that, you are going to draw some squiggly lines for the water. Okay, guys, and then now we're gonna outline. We're gonna start. Okay, now that you outlined, we are going to erase all the excess. Now you guys are gonna color with markers. You can color with any color of your choice, but I'm gonna color with these colors. So let's start. I'm gonna use a black marker because the one that I have is way too small. So we're gonna use it. We're gonna start coloring, guys. Ready? Let's go. And that's it for all for today, guys. Thank you for watching.